Good evening, everyone. Today I would like to talk about one thing that is very massive in our very ADMAS in our ADMAS media, I should say. Also, it is served massively to us. Yeah, there are many informations, fake informations, or wrongly presented informations, or simply stupid informations that are served to us through mainstream media. This we got used to, unfortunately. Majority of us got used to this, and it's bad. But I would like to today to fight against advanced character of our world around us, to stick to one information that it's also present in media recently, that some media claim that there is massive army buildup at the Russian-Ukrainian border, great deployment of military forces, danger of invasion in January next year at this and this locations. Okay, when we think for a while, we see the length of the Russian-Ukrainian border recently changed a little bit since 2014, de facto, but it's still very long. One can check easily on the internet. And deployment of only 175,000 of troops and equipment along entire border, it's nothing so much impressive. And only 1,075, sorry, 175,000 troops deployed at such border, and at the same time, with this information telling that we are in danger of massive invasion, great buildup, great deployment, actually it doesn't. I'm not glorifying the war, or I'm not supporting any of the sides of the conflict, but this is for me the reason of the weak current leadership of some powers, that other power, Eastern power in this case, wants to use to its own advantage. It's normal politics, using the situation and using the mistakes our opponents or challengers make to just benefit as much as possible from them. So my opinion is like this, that this whole situation tells us one thing. If 175,000 soldiers mobilized at such huge territory we call massive buildup or great deployment, or we are in danger of great invasion. In one of my previous movies I said that if someone really plans serious invasion, this person never announces it in public and never indicates the place where such invasion could happen, because then you lose the effect of taking someone by surprise. That is very important in strategy and many more things. It means that this is normal psychological war and bargaining for the zones of influences, nothing more. But my conclusion is that, taking into account this was happening for last few years, and not only how we behave, I mean a huge part of the population, how we are looking for the help for the state, welfare state, protective state, that's actually we have to take into account that a welfare state is actually oppressive state, because the one who offers us welfare demands from us the compliance, the obedience. And so we need to sacrifice a lot for this help. And is it really a help? Is it this help sufficient? Do we really need it? These are the questions we should be able to answer ourselves. So my conclusion is as follows, that this all build up and this all events that are actually out-talked in media and presented in a very, very wrong light, very bad light, show us how degraded we became in recent decades. Taking into account the most difficult military combats at the Eastern Front in the second half of the Eastern Front's war, there were days, like in 1943 or in 1944, that only German side was losing 10,000 casualties killed and many more wounded each day. And somehow, people were living, trying to limit the damage of the war on themselves and their relatives as much as they could. When they could, they tried to be happy. It was not easy, times were difficult. But these were really tough people. These were really brave people at any side of the conflict. I'm not supporting here any side or prizing or slamming any side. I'm only looking at people, and they were able to live, to satisfy their needs as much as they could. Even they were able to find moments of happiness in such difficult conditions. And we, how do we differ now? We have everything, but we are afraid of our own shadows. And we are calling such military buildup great buildup. And we are just afraid of something that most likely will not happen, because the real goal behind this deployment is more diplomatic and psychological than military. But we, as a societies, are already afraid, and we see great army of greatest conquerors of whatever. But we don't remember that 8 years ago, situation was different, and our grandmothers, or great-grandmothers, great-grandfathers, I should say more, survived these times and gave us good reality, gave us good future, in which we can slowly disintegrate. Maybe we should take some reflections and think how to work on ourselves to become better version of ourselves than we were the day before, to preserve this prosperity, preserve these good times, and preserve achievement of our civilizations to the future generations, on which we also have to work. Either their numbers and their education. We really have to work hard on it and stop complaining about the reality, because it's not so bad. We should study more history about the daily life of our ancestors to appreciate more our current reality, and good times we still have, and I hope we will have for long, to live in. Take care, good night.